How's it back on the road? You know, the last 2-3 years you've been doing nothing but movies and shows, and now you back on the road. How does that feel to be out performing
it's crazy.
again?
Like, you know, look, hip hop is now old enough for them to start to treat us like we treated the real pop stars.
Right.
You know, like with Prince and Mike and them, when they would just say, I'm performing today. And the show would go up and sell out that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then internationally, I'm getting an ill response to the things, like everything sold out. Like when I went out there, like, and it's because I laid the groundwork. Like during Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre, those projects was taking 2 years for me to come with the next album because I spent the whole year after I released it touring. You know, so because I was going everywhere, like Croatia, Mumbai, India, like Kosovo, like I was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere that they would, I wanted all of the flags that M had on that Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
That plaque. So I was like, I know I'm gonna have to go door to door to get it, but I'm gonna go. And the association to M helped. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I went out there and did all of that. But now it feels good because I'm able to go out there and do those things, and people really responded to it. And I'm so seasoned the performance now. It's like it's easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm running out and it's like, oh, hold on. Boom. I'm like, yeah, I could do it again tonight if I had to. Like,
does it make you feel celebrated and appreciated? Because Fifth, you a different type of legend.
Yeah.
Like there's levels to legends.
You know,
you're a different type of legend.
You got to change. You can't stay the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking going, the things that I got off on in the beginning, Charlamagne, it changed dramatically. Like now, the simplicity in writing music is a key to it. So like, go shorty, it's your birthday. It's what I'm feeling when I'm hearing the record. And then the reasons where people have a specific reason to want to enjoy themselves when it's your birthday and we're here, we want to have a good time. So I'll put that in it. But when you think about it, in television, it's almost never right the first time. Like they write it and then they get the notes from the executives and it comes down with different, so it kind of morphs into something different. And it's choices. So if creatively, if you go, okay, I'm going left here, and they go, but you could have went right. And you say, yeah, I could have did that, but it was a creative choice. But that example, if they don't give you that example of what you could have did, they don't know why they're receiving why they're being paid.
Yeah.
So they give you that example, and then the artists change it, and it just changes. So it makes me not creatively want to be a part of the writing process, because it's a very tedious process. You got to know so many details about the story before you get started that it's like, I'd rather feed the writer information and be a part of the whole creative idea, but let them handle that part because there's so many changes and stuff until it works. Then you start to see less and less notes.
Gotcha.
As the project gets more and more successful.
But do you feel celebrated, Fifth? I ain't asking about TV. Fifth don't like love. Fifth don't like to get love.
No, that's a skill. That's a skill, Charlamagne. Look, see, you guys see, I've been doing this for a long time. I answer how I want to answer,
Then you come back
and I come back and I say what I want to say. So you look and you go, nah, I do feel celebrated. Even when you see the new versions, like when you see like Dirk and these other artists that come out that have that like the element that is coming straight out of the environment. You know what I'm saying? And then you look like, and it's pure Chicago, what you get from them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, and I was turned on to them so early because I remember I was crazy about Chief Keef in the beginning.
Yeah.
When Chief Keef first came, they thought Chief Keef, he just didn't know. He just didn't know what they was talking about. He was like, yo, nah, like what they talking about? He know the environment, how to survive and function there, and it was in a whole new world with this actual business. You know what I'm saying? But once you get a chance to kind of know them, you start to like them because they're not like the music. What the music is saying is not who they actually are. Like and it's the same thing with me too. Or you wouldn't be able to grow past those points. You would just look, the guy who does exactly what I'm saying and does is not successful.
Are you doing another album? I heard that you might be doing one last album. I heard you working on it. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I started working on some things. Like,
is this the last one though?
It may not be the last album. It may be broken up into something that goes out with one of the television shows. You see what I'm saying? Like, but creatively, I just said, nah, I want to do something, and I got all the vehicles that I need to do. I got 25 television shows, so I could just put here's the EP connected to this and let it rock without having the pressure of it being a full album and all of that. Because like, look, if you look, when the last time you seen the actual numbers on the sales of a record? Like You see, Kanye said he put it on something device.
Yeah.
And so you can't see the actual number.
Can't see the numbers, right?
And that's because if you see the number, you go, oh, wait a minute. You ain't as hot as you used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a huge, successful sales record. So they're avoiding that number by putting it on a device or putting it through Tidal or through somewhere else so you can't actually see what's happening with it. But the record, they're bigger stars within the culture because they've been here longer.
That's right.
And developed their brand.
I don't even think it matters no more. Beyonce did, 300 something, and people be like, oh, this is her lowest sales we got. I'm like, she's 25 years in.
I mean, this just, how many kids you got?
4, 3?
Married
3.
Married with 3 kids, and it's supposed to be the same sexy?
Word.
Right? Like, I mean, it's a different energy there. And then our audience is grown. They're grown folks. So you gotta look and say, I'd say between 2003 and 2005, if you was in college, you're my core audience. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you're having your adult experience for the first time, where you party in every available moment possible. And those people, the material impacted the hardest because it's the theme music to their life at that point. When it's smoking hot, it's brand new, and it's just happening at that point. And then you look, love music don't get old. So Beyonce, she ain't going nowhere. Like there'll be a reason for you to want to listen to Beyonce. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, when you look at R&B music required buttons at some point. You had to be a gentleman. Now, you look up, they got the same tattoos the hip-hop artists got. They're saying the same, they're singing the lyrics the hip-hop artists would say in the verse.